Hi guys, welcome back to another quick card pull. This is being filmed on Sunday, August the 23rd, 2026. Today we're pulling from the Astrology Answers Tarot cards. So we're showing the Six of Pentacles. One girl that I just, her name is Onati, Nati. She's a new healer I just came across. And she was showing like things changing here with the way that the pentacles are lined up there. I definitely get more balances being restored here, and I feel like where some people will say this is universe giving you the money because you feel like you're in that kind of like Five of Pentacle energy, but I feel like this is things being restored to what you're used to, or even better. And this is where universe is saying trust and have patience, where they were saying like the unknown. So they're bringing more information to you. So it could be your For You pages, like myself, new healers, and things that resonate. So writing them down, I was definitely getting a lot of channel messages the past couple of like days and in the weekend and stuff like that. So writing them down, and just it's a habit you have to form. It's not easy to turn around. Like, see, there you go. There's something that was told to me last night and I didn't turn around and write it down. I was like, come on, Jen. I didn't write it down. 1 second. I feel like with the given circumstances, I really feel for people that are going through it right now. It's just like asking your guardian angels, because I know a lot of people are saying like having the courage, like we don't know what we're made of and how we face certain situations until we're in them. But I feel like when we feel weak and tired and run down, or don't have answers on how to move forward, is asking our ancestors. And when those answers come in, make sure that you are verbalizing thank you for that information. Thank you for hearing or answering your prayers where you prayed for someone and the situation is turned around. And it's like, thank you for hearing our pleas. Thank you for hearing our prayers. Thank you for answering our prayers. It's like we always pray, and it's like that's where meditation, like I'm going to post this hopefully today, but someone had shared like the beautiful sounds of the earth. Like, the earth has its own music, has its own soundtrack. So when I was taking that summer there after my husband had passed, this was the second summer. So this was 2018. I did meditation that whole summer and I worked out that whole summer. And meditation, I built myself up. I wasn't meditating for an hour right off the bat. Sounds that really resonated with me. So like the wind blowing through the trees, the leaves, you know what I mean? Night sounds where you hear the grasshoppers and crickets. Sorry about my voice. But you know what I mean? Even like the tree frogs, certain things that really resonate with you. And it's just like yes, your mind will go all these different places because you're quiet, but it's teaching your mind we're safe. We're meditating, you know what I mean? And that's where we get the messages, especially like when you're like myself, where you do get channel messages while you're half asleep, those waking hours, where it's a hard habit because I was tired last night. Like it hit me all of a sudden, like at 1:30, I was like, oh, I'm done. And I'm like, go walk the dog, lock everything up, set the alarm, go upstairs and like do your devotion, post your last video and go to bed. You know what I mean? It did take a little bit, but you know what I mean? It was just like I started getting channel messages. I did turn over and write down things. So this is where Spirit is communicating with you, because they know what you're going through, and that's what I'm saying. It is even in all spiritual books. Take that burden and give it to Yahweh, Yeshua, Divine Creator, Gaia, Mother Earth, Higher Self. Let us carry that weight. You don't have to go through this battle alone, even though we feel like we're going through it alone. You know what I mean? Having the courage to do things and do it in a respectful manner. We don't need to be calling people names. We don't need to be calling people out. It's just like, hey, you know what I mean? This is what's going on. I'm bringing this to your attention because it's really weighing on me and I'm fried. Like, you know what I mean? It was a difficult week last week. Like so far, so good. Everything looks like it's going the way that it should. And that's all we can do. You know what I mean? We just keep moving forward. I feel like a lot of us feel this way, but the thing is, it's like this is completed and we're moving towards the sun. So I feel like this should be sideways, and it's up to you if you're going to live in the energy of being, like this, or you're going to be in the energy of allowing this to start healing. And I feel like a lot of us want healing to start. And I feel like with myself, for speaking up for myself, it's just like, I don't want to be that, I'm not calling anyone out. I'm not asking for disciplinary action. I'm just saying, hey, I've had enough. I'm doing everything that I can. I just needed to stop. Like, this is already stressful enough. Like, all of us have been going through this. I know it's not just me. You know what I mean? But that's why I'm saying, it's like, yeah, we're cooked. You know what I mean? We time out. This is why they tell you rest and rejuvenation. Me, it's like, I feel guilty when it's like, vacation or like it's quiet. You know what I mean? I feel like I should be doing things. I know I could be doing things, but like, we have 6 days out of the week, and this is just us, you know what I mean, to do everything we need to do. And sometimes it's so chaotic, especially now. Everything is go, 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 go. You know what I mean? So it's just like, just going with the flow at this point, and it's just like, utilize it. When you are given a time of rest and rejuvenation, take it. Don't feel guilty. Take that nap. Do what you need to do. Because you don't know what the week is going to hold up. You know what I mean? It's just like, pray that it'll be better than the previous week. That's why I like Shabbat. Burns up all the garbage and brings in the light up for the week. You know what I mean? God bless Yahweh Yeshua, Dayenu, But Nine of Cups, we don't know what the future holds. And we kept on seeing that word unknown. They're saying clarity. They're showing the word clarity. So you're going to get some clarity here. You know what I mean? We don't have to know what the next 10 years are going to look like. We just need to know that everything's going to turn out okay, and we keep getting knockings of that. More information is coming. We got the High Priestess underneath this card, but everything is lining up beautifully because you have a pure heart. They know what you're working. That's why it's like they see what you're doing. You're matching the energy. You know what I mean? It's just the situation needs to turn. And that's all we're waiting for. We're just waiting for that, whatever to come in, or let the hand play. So remember, we were talking about The Sopranos, where it's like, I want to give up because it doesn't look like it's going to be a winning situation. And like, you should have played that out because you don't know how that was going to turn out. And that's exactly what you need to tell yourself. We don't have all the information right now. We like they're saying, let it continue playing out and see what happens. High Priestess. So this is where I was saying, like, this will be September 12th. So we're getting closer. We're almost closer to where Pluto will go direct. A lot of this, this purge that has been happening. So you'll see a lot more people from your past coming back in. You know what I mean? Some of them, yes, definitely those are your people. And then some of them are just there because they want information. They're just making cutesy wootsy talking. Oh, I miss you, blah, blah. No, you just want something from me. I gave you what you wanted. Now along with you, like, you know what I mean? Like, no, we don't need to be kiki. We're not friends. Like, let's not pretend we're something we're not. You know what I mean? This was a forced situation. I did it as a favor. I thought it would be, no, they're the type of people that will cut your throat just so they can get ahead. You're a threat to them. They will instead of working harder and putting their energy to working harder and improve themselves, they will sit there and be very cutthroat to get rid of their competition. So they're like, oh, look at me, I'm a shining star. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, that's why you're not here no more. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. Let the balance continue to come in and know who is there. Like me and my girlfriend were kikiing all weekend and I missed her so much. I'm so grateful for that. But we talk about everything and anything. That is the type of friend I love. That I could kiki about everything and anything. And it's just like, we want to vent, we vent. We want to talk about tarot. We want to talk about spirituality. We want to talk about food. We want to talk about men. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like we could talk about everything. Kids, life, like, and we know we're just like, we're just, I love it. Like, we used to do this all the time. We used to video chat, pull cards, and do everything. Probably going to do that. Probably make a video date so we can, sit down and chill and, pull cards and do whatever. A lot of us feel like this, and I feel like this is where they're saying ebb and flow. Let whatever is leaving your life leave. So remember, Aya Wisdom said, like, some of this will feel like a passing to you because it's hard to release. They're saying, feel your emotions, let those emotions release, let the situation release and move on. Sometimes it's just like it's changed. So 909, so 99. So again, like world card energy. This is where, things are coming to an end. This cycle, they're saying I posted it on a daily tarot card, not a daily tarot card, but when I post like the daily from Healing Energies, where she posts like, what the day is going to bring or what the message of the day is, kind of stuff. And it was like a voice clip from one of the fellow TikTokers. And she's like, even though it's a rainy season, you know what I mean? The rain won't last forever. It can't rain all the time. The crow, you know what I mean? So this is where it's just like, you feel like you can't move forwards, backwards, sideways. But you know what I mean? It's like, we're drying up the emotions. Let's take the emotions out of it and be logical. You know what I mean? Because sometimes very, Energy Oracle cards. The one we're all tied up. I always forget the name of the card and I'm like, it's literally in front of you, all tied up. It feels, they're saying, make sure you're not putting yourself in this, in emotionally where we're really, because a lot of us are sensitive. If you're a healer, so most of us are sensitive. If you're a dove, if you're a raven, you can go back and forth. Like my girlfriend is, she's a raven. She can go in the shadows, she can go in the light, she can go up and down, and you know what I mean? Like, she is sensitive, but not as sensitive as me. I'm very sensitive. I'm the type of where it's not, I'm sensitive, but it's just like I get ticked off and I know I can't hit anything or hit anyone. You know what I mean? So, like, I want to let my frustration out and I know I can't, so I cry. That's how I am. But this is what they're telling you, to balance your emotions in these situations. There usually is a path that leads to the sun, and they show like a crown, which is the sun. But it's like, of reaching a new dawn. We don't know what tomorrow will bring. We don't know what's around the corner. What's his name? Jeff Provost? Is that his name? I'm probably butchering his last name, from Survivor, the host. He was talking to someone and he goes, you never know what's around the corner. You know what I mean? And it's just like, where people feel like, there's no way forward. And it's like, well, like they said with the chess game in Sopranos, it's like, you should have played that out. You don't know how that was going to end. Yes, his daughter's very intellectual. She's very smart. She's very versed. She knows what she's doing. She's like Michael and Junior, where when you play chess with them, they're like, if I do this, and I'm like, oh my God, I should be doing that. Hurts my head. But it's just like, I taught them when they were younger. Like, even when they were playing Fortnite, I'm like, don't give up, because you don't know how that match is going to end. Dollars to donuts, they won. So I'm like, play it out. Even if you come second, even if you come fifth, at least, you know what? Now you know what to look out for, or, now you're more knowledgeable or whatever. They've been doing that. They showed in chess. They kicked my ass. I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel bad playing. One time I'm like, oh, I got him. He cleared the... I had like 9 pieces or 6 pieces left. He had one. That boy cleared the whole board. I was like, how in the F did you do that? That boy, man, and he's aggressive. He just like, boom. he just, oh my word. I was just like, good Lord. Michael's more methodical. Michael really thinks about, my son is just like, very intimidating, where he's just like bold moves and he's like, what are you going to do now? Oh my goodness. It's just like, oh my golly. But great way to spend time with your kids though, but oh my gosh, they kick your butt. This is what I was talking about, especially with that Temperance card, it was the last card, was that leads to the sun. When I saw this afterwards, I was like, there you go. You know what I mean? That's what we were looking for. You know what I mean? Because sometimes we don't have the answers. Very High Priestess energy. And we got the High Priestess. It's like, we don't know what's going on here. Like, they're saying, we're seeking clarity right now. So meditation will be one thing. Like myself, channel messages at night. So that's why you find yourself tired during the day. That's why, because you're getting channel messages from spirit. So this is where it, with the crimson red. So it's like, you need to root yourself. You need to ground yourself. You know what I mean? Find ways to get outside. Find ways to like utilize that energy. Because before you know it, it's going to be winter. We're in North America, so we're starting to cool down. Thankfully, I'm in a pre-menopause, and it's just like, oh my Lanta. It's like the hot flashes. If it's 22 out and it feels like it's 45, like there's no relief until like it's fall. I knew I was in it because it was winter, and I'm running around the house doing a bunch of things, and I'm like taking off my hoodie. I'm like, oh yeah, there's something going on. You know what I mean? It's like, oh yeah, it's hitting. But that's what they're saying. Like the beautiful sunflowers surround this beautiful child, so you will be successful. The purity of the situation. They keep on showing you're so pure. Like you always have the best intentions when you enter any sort of situation, anything in your life. You know what I mean? It's just like you have that purity to you. So, you know what I mean? You will have success in your life. The sun will return to your life. You're feeling good today? Thank God. Thank God we're feeling good today. Give God his flowers. Thank you for allowing me to feel this way. If you feel bad, start saying those words. We attract abundance. We attract financial stability. We attract a forever home. We attract mentally, physically, spiritually, good health, with no harm to none, including ourselves. Like, keep on, change the narrative. It's going to be a habit. Before you know it, that shit is going to go away. Like, we don't want none of that. 3 of Wands. You're looking out to the future. So a lot of it is like, this is where you got to watch out for. 1441. Future tripping. Thank God that Chris from the SIP was talking about this with Rylan. Rylan asked him, if you follow my channel, you've heard the story a million times. that, and I'm thankful that Rylan asked him, because he was like, what did you learn in therapy? And he's like, my therapist was teaching me not to future trip. I'm as guilty as anyone else about this. And that's what steals our peace, because she's like, if you can only think about the week, she's like, only think about the week. Even if you have to bring it down to the day. Like, I'm like always like, okay, what am I going to make for dinner? Like, you know what I mean? Because I know I'm in time crunch. 15, so 6. 6 plus 6 is 12, 3. So, like, communication from spirit. Oh, now I forgot what the number was. If you remember it, you can look it up. Go in your search engine. So, like, 1441, angel number meeting. And they'll tell you everything. So, universe, like, we're looking out to the future. So the spirit supports us. Your ship is about to come in. So, things are about to switch. You know what I mean? I feel like because the King of Pentacles is there, it's like, keep yourself grounded. But also, I feel like influx and abundance. Something you didn't expect is coming out of the blue. I definitely feel like this was something kept from you, because I've been seeing this for a long time, and I'm like, oh, how come it hasn't come in yet? You know what I mean? Because someone is purposely keeping like, they want you to struggle. And remember that. You know what I mean? Like I said, people are trying to come back in here. Remember we were showing that, the Six of Cups? When I had access to my Game of Thrones tarot deck, that's what they were showing. That 6, they're like, people from the past are coming in here. And some of them, yeah, it's like, and we never freaking stop talking. Some of them is like, what do you want? You know what I mean? Why do you want to talk to me? I gave you what you wanted. There's the information you needed, so bugger off. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like sitting in my head like, girl, we are not friends. This is where the Hermit card comes in. So this is very much ebb and flow, but also, again, very High Priestess energy is like things that you kind of felt knocking. You know what I mean? Some of those truths are coming out. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's where things are really gonna, once this partial eclipse is done, and on the 27th with the full moon, it's like, this is where things are going to start really picking up momentum. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us, like, fall is our season. Summer, fall. I like winter. I'm beginning to appreciate winter a lot more, especially being pre-menopause. It's like, oh my word. It's like, yes, bring on the colder temperatures. Oh my. You appreciate the colder temperatures. 17. So that's 8. 88. 16 breaks down to 7, which is enlightenment. So going back to that, like, Six of Pentacle energy, what we're holding so close to our chest and fear of losing it, you're not going to lose it. That's why the cards I was pulling, I'm like, brilliant. Just, you know what I mean? Don't advertise it. Don't tell nobody nothing. It's none of nobody's business. You know what I mean? Like, people think that they need to have their hand in your pocket. They think because you got they're entitled to that. They're not entitled to shit. That is your money. You worked hard for it. You keep moving forward. This is your peace. This is your happiness. This doesn't also have to be like financial. God bless it's financial. You know what I mean? May your house be blessed good. You know what I mean? But this is all about holding things close to our chest that's giving us anxiety that we're currently worried about. It's all going to work out. You may not see it right now, but like, that's why they were saying the word clarity. Like, you know what I mean? So I wish I would have wrote that down, because I don't remember. Hopefully I'll remember later on. But you know what I mean? Where spirit is bringing you clarity, it's like, write it down. Again, this is like all your dreams and manifestations. Just because you feel like 5 of Pentacles right now, do not feel like your dreams are like stopped. Like, don't feel like your future isn't lining up. And that's what a lot of us are worried about, because outside entities and all this stuff. That's what I'm saying, because there's been a lot going on. Change and transformation. They're saying, like, all of your dreams are going to come true. All your manifestations. Things, remember, they were showing that new seedling. So there's something that you manifested that's coming up that we can't see yet. 4 of Cups. This is something that you've asked for. Like, you're sitting there and you're kind of looking at life and it's like, you know what I mean? And Spirit's like, boom, here you go. They're bringing something in here. Very Ace of Cups. I opened up my work computer to re-sign in, and there's like this beautiful mountain, and it looks like the Ace of Pentacles. You're about to get something that is going to be like ascending a new mountain, a new opportunity. And this is where the King of Pentacles comes in. This is why I feel like some finances are coming in here. And it's like, you watch your paper, boo-boo, because you know what I mean? We know how it feels. 23. So that's 5. Change and transformation. So you add up the numbers. So 2 plus 3, that's 5. You know what I mean? 55, change of transformation. 1 plus 0, again, the World card. Then 1, that is the Magician. What you need is already a part of you. You know what I mean? And this is where they're like, you do not, so like the Bulls, be very stern. That's why I always feel like the king of tarot is like that father energy, that divine masculine saying, hey, this is what you need to do. This is like, I'm going to give you a harsh truth right here. Like, this is what you need to hear. Sometimes we need to nurture. They're showing Venus. Like, some situations need that. And where other ones, it needs to be more stern. And they're telling you, things are going to come in. Things are going to get good again. Zip it. Do not share it with anyone. And this is the Wheel of Fortune. This is our last card. Things are moving forward. So you may have been feeling like you were stuck in this cycle or stuck in this kind of energy, and it's moving forward now. Could have been the past 3 weeks you felt like this. That it's just been, there's this and now there's this, and then there's this. And it's like, you know what? I used to like, brush it under the table, just like kind of be like, Now I'm not. I'm like, I'm standing up for myself. I'm like, you know what? Enough is enough. I'm doing the best I can. I'm struggling on both sides of the personally and at work. So it's just like, you know what? I'm doing the best I can. I choose to be here because it's good for my mind to be busy. I need to be busy so I can, not concentrate, because I can't change the situation. I've done everything I can. And that's all I could do. Keep praying, keep believing, keep going. Like Sherry, the happy meeting was so beautifully to bless a nice message. And it resonated, it was for everybody, the collective. And I was like, I'm thankful that she shared that, because 2112, we were getting that a lot. So that's where it's just like realizing that things are moving forward. Even though they feel like they're just standing still or in this energy, this is a change going on in you. Me, usually I would go to someone, he would be my buffer, like, my boss. Unfortunately, fortunately for him, it gave him a lot more opportunities for him to grow. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? God bless him. I miss him crazily. A lot of us do. You know what I mean? But it's just keep moving forward. Like, none of this would be going on if he was here. Because I know him. He would have stayed up all night, even on his days off, and figured it out. You know what I mean? If you know, you know. But, this is where everything is changing. I love, like, the Egyptian energies. I feel like a lot of that is coming out. What's his name? Davin? The one that I keep posting there, that's, like, the day of the week and stuff like that, where he's showing, like, the hair or you know what I mean? But very Egyptian energies are coming out. A lot of Viking runes as well. So pay attention to those. Write them on your left hand, wherever you want, your fingers, your palm, the back of your hand, your wrist, what energies you're calling out. 22, these are a lot of numbers. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot going on. That's why all these numbers are coming out. We're giving you clarity. So I hope you enjoyed this quick card pull. May the universe bless you good. Have a blessed week.